It's finally time to play Resident Evil 8, and I want to talk about the movie, even though it's been like over a week since I've seen it. Uh, that's the way I roll. So yeah, it's December 11th. When did this come out? Like back in March? April, sometime around there. I was definitely intrigued, but I can't really say that I was like super excited to play this game. And then the DLC, the multiplayer game still hasn't come out, not till next year, which is crazy. I'm surprised that they've gotten away with that. you know, they I haven't really heard anyone complain about that at all. So I mean, good for them, I guess. But I was looking forward to playing it. They had that beta test a long ass time ago, and then it's like, nope, it's not coming out. I don't know what they're doing to that game that it's taking so long. Because it clearly worked, when people were playing it. So, I don't know. But I did want to play that. It did finally go on sale around Halloween time. But I should have waited because I still haven't played it since then when I bought it. And I think it's like $30 now. So they got me for $10. Fuckers. But anyway, yeah. Village, Resident Evil. As you can see, I got my Stars shirt. Stars. They don't explain stars in the movie, like what it is, or even what the acronym stands for. I'm pretty sure. But before I get into that, yeah, I feel like I haven't been happy with Capcom's decision making when it comes to Resident Evil, since Resident Evil 2 remake was confirmed to be in the vein of Resident Evil 4, like over the shoulder, not fixed camera. And it feels like they keep. That was disappointing, and it feels like they're constantly changing what made Resident Evil the hallmarks of the series, what made it Resident Evil, and they keep trying to change that, and then it became the Resident Evil 4 style, and then first person, and now they're remaking Resident Evil 4, and so they're leaning even more into that style being the baseline for Resident Evil games. So to me, that's unfortunate. I don't know if they'll ever go back to the classic style. And they haven't even messed with like other properties like Dino Crisis and shit. Now, if they were to do like a remake for Dino Crisis in that style, that would be sick to me. But I really miss like the classic Resident Evil gameplay. And I'm surprised they haven't even tried to do like a side game in that style, to appease those people. I mean, they're not above milking the Resident Evil franchise, so I'm surprised they can't get another team to make a game in that style. But yeah, I digress. Anyway, let's get in the game and talk about the movie, which I liked, actually, for the most part. Alright, let's dip our toes in hardcore. We'll see how it goes. Oh, there's typewriters in this game, but it's like just for show.
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to pick berries for her father, who was hard at work. But the
Did I
forest
not
greeted
put
them with
subtitles
dark,
on?
cold silence. The bushes
What is this
empty.
shit? Harry Potter?
Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free from Mother's grasp and vanished into the trees. Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine and under branch, and into the forest deep. Feeling strange eyes upon her, the girl recalled Mother's scary bedtime tales, and her throat became bone dry.
This looks whack.
Then the Bat Lord appeared. He greeted her
Bat
warmly
Lord.
and bit his own wing. Come, child.
Alright,
quench
so
your
whatever.
thirst, he said.
Let's
So
go
she
to
drank the
Wikipedia
thick,
and look
dark
up the
blood
movie
and
page.
smiled with joy. Passing through the graveyard, menacing storm clouds loomed, and the air turned bitingly cold. The girl was shivering in her thin clothes. Then
Alright,
a dark
here we go.
weaver appeared.
Resident
With the
Evil.
click of his fingers,
Welcome to
crafted
Raccoon City.
mist into a beautiful
The review.
dress. Come, child, warm
Directed by
yourself.
Johannes
So she
Roberts.
clothed herself and smiled.
And also written by Johannes. You can see he was influenced
Across
by
waters deep and ominous she went, hoping
Resident
a boat
Evil
she
2
found would carry her home.
and
But hunger's
the
grip
remake
tightened
of
and
One.
her heart grew heavy.
And also
Then the Fish King appeared,
the
and
new
offered
remake of
one
2.
his many fins. Come, child,
Which
eat
could have
your
been
fill.
studio
girl
mandated.
ate and smiled
Capcom
with joy
mandated.
once more. Continuing
But anyway.
on, she soon entered the forest's dark heart.
In terms
Then
of
an iron
actors,
steed
no one
appeared,
really
bearing a
super
beautiful
popular.
golden
The
gear.
girl that plays Claire is pretty
The
good.
creature said nothing as the girl approached.
Kaya
and snatched what she thought
Scodelario.
was another gift.
Whatever the fuck. And Robbie
The
and
horse
Bell
grew angry
as
and
Chris, which
summoned
is
the other
really
monsters.
like physically great casting.
Terror filled the girl's heart as the wild wind rose.
Maybe
around
it's
the
perfect
beast.
casting, right? Because it's just an
Suddenly,
airhead.
a witch appeared, dark yet regal.
But no, he's pretty good in the movie. And Donald Logue as Irons
Gifts
is probably the best character.
you took, she snarled. So more
And
to
Neil
the
McDonough,
in a
who was
girl
Bison,
was trapped inside
as
a
I'm sure every video talking about this movie will say.
there.
But yeah, he was Bison in that Chun-Li movie.
Asleep.
What is with the
He only gets like
He's
one
only
scene to
6
do
months
anything
old.
good, but
One of the store said
he's
it's
great at
tradition.
mugging for the camera.
A local tale. Besides, Rose doesn't seem to mind.
Same company that made the other Resident Evil movies, Screen
You moved here
Gems.
so that you wouldn't have to deal with any of that, remember?
There's nothing wrong with my memory.
Uh,
You're just being paranoid.
in association with,
Never mind. I'm
well,
sorry.
who gives a fuck? But
I'm not paranoid. I'm just
Anyway.
cautious.
Then, go cautiously take your daughter to bed. I'll
what
finish
was I
dinner.
saying? Oh yeah, okay. So the plot. Oh yeah, the movie. So it starts out with yeah, I'm talking about the movie.
It's okay, Rose.
Um,
Your mother doesn't want to remember.
what the fuck am I watching, dude? Baby.
Did you say something?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'll
the
put her down.
controller's green. Oh, what the fuck? That scared me. Alright, I'm playing this one-handed. I think that's all I need. So yeah, the movie starts out in the orphanage. And this is kind of how... This is like new lore. Where it's like Chris and Claire are orphans.
Don't get too close to me when I'm cooking, babe.
And they're in the orphanage from the RE2 remake. And you know, it reminds me of that Spanish orphanage movie. It's got that kind of vibe because Lisa Trevor comes
Can't
out.
mix everything by hand,
She,
so this stuff
at
keeps
first
piling
it's
up.
cool because she's like kept in the shadows a little bit, and there's like a creepy intro where Claire follows her, and it's got some nice tension. But later on, Lisa comes out, and it's not quite the version in the game. Like, she can talk and shit. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, it kind of starts out with that, and then the next scene is like Claire. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Okay, I gotta concentrate here. Oh, there was a prompt, wasn't there? In here? Grab that shit. Doesn't look too bad. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Banana puree. What did she say? Don't get close to me. Alright, this is gonna be hard trying to talk about the movie. What's going on?
Hey, what are you doing, mister?
It's a nice texture on her sweater. Okay, let's go through here. But yeah, anyway, Claire's in she wakes up in an 18-wheeler, and it's like the dude from the intro of the remake. He's like a fat guy eating a hamburger.
Once things warm up, we can go for a walk.
And it's crazy because like he literally
Keep it
like
down.
puts his hands
Just
on
making
her,
sure it's locked.
and she doesn't fucking like punch him or nothing. It's like a weird interaction, and then he hits a fucking zombie.
There. It's like I said to your mom. That book's too scary
I
for
mean,
you.
you're not supposed to know it's a zombie, but it's obviously a zombie. And they get out to check on it, and they're like, "What the?" He's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And he has a dog too, the Rottweiler or whatever. What is this?
Your mama and I love this song so much.
Yo mama. But as they're like, as he's freaking out, the zombie walks away, right? And they're like, "Oh shit!"
Almost there, honey.
And there's a cool shot. It's like a snap zoom, and you see because like Claire's looking around and shit, and you see the zombie standing in the woods, and then it cuts to like the classic Resident Evil font, the big red letters, which was a really nice touch. Appreciated that. If that was the whole movie, that would have been like the best Resident Evil movie ever. Or like a proof of concept or something. But yeah, then they had to go and fuck it up, like right after that.
Well, hi there, little Rose.
What is this shit, dude? This game sucks. Me and I had a fight. Who gives a shit? I don't care about this character. Ethan.
Can't keep your mother.
It makes me think of Mission Impossible. Jean Reno. He's going, Ethan. Excuse me, Mr. Han. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? I don't have the baby. Oh, I still have the baby. What the fuck? What is this? This is Resident Evil, dude. This is what it's become. This baby's freaking me out. What's over here? Did I go this way? Abandoned room.
Clean before Rose starts walking around.
Gas leak.
Everyone's forgotten about
Oh, he
this
said
already.
Jack Baker. Wait, what did it say? Oh, they said it was a gas leak or something. Huh. Why is there chairs on the floor and shit?
Why do I even keep this around? I should
I don't
get
have a
rid of it
gun
someday.
or a knife. I think the next scene is Leon waking up in his apartment. It looks like the intro to fucking Max Payne 3. Like he wakes up and he drinks a beer and shit. It's fucking stupid. I tried to be on board with the dude playing Leon, but at every opportunity he just comes off as a huge pussy and he fucking sucks. He comes off as an idiot, really. And that never changes. What is this? Gun survivalist.
It's not paranoia if
Kendo.
they're really out to get you.
Joseph Kendo. The legend. Oh, here we go. There's a crib. Put him in here. Finally, dude.
There you go, sweetheart. Don't you worry. I'll be right downstairs.
Okay, and
Daddy
then
won't let those weird fairy tale monsters get you.
oh yeah, but in the orphanage you see Birkin. Yeah, they made Birkin like because in this movie there's no rivalry between Wesker and Chris, so his conflict comes from Birkin being like his father figure. Which, you know, whatever, that works. But it totally changes Wesker and makes him a lot less interesting. And it's like, if they do try and do the Chris and Wesker thing, the basis for the animosity isn't there with the way they've done the story, the way it is in the games. So it's more between Jill and Wesker
Is she
where
okay?
the
Sleeping
betrayal
like,
comes from.
Well, like a baby. That smells good. What's that?
Oh, hands off, mister. It's
Damn,
chile
bitch, put a
de
hot
león.
spatula on me.
Local recipe.
Wow, you've gone
Better
full
watch
native,
yourself.
haven't you?
Local wine, too. But if you're gonna keep sulking all evening, maybe you shouldn't have any.
This bitch talking shit.
You really have to stop worrying.
Oh yeah,
It's
it does take
finding
place in the
Louisiana.
90s, which
If I
they
can
do
see
hammer home.
Chris moving us here.
But
Military training, it all happens so
the
fast,
music is pretty
you know?
good in the movie.
At least we're all together. You, me, Rose. Now, everything's
Okay,
gonna-
yeah, so
Seriously?
the next
Think
thing was
we can just
Leon.
forget about what happened in Louisiana?
It happened so long
And so
ago.
he doesn't have a
I don't
Jeep.
understand why you
I
are
don't think
so...
they don't show him driving the Jeep. The fuck? She got shot?
Mia, get down!
Oh damn.
Mia!
Get blasted. Is this supposed to be Chris? Chris this way. That's not in the movie. That scene is in the movie, but
God.
that line, it's not in the movie. I was a little sad about that.
Chris? What the hell?
Sorry, Ethan.
No! What?
He looks pretty cool in this
Why?
game. I'll give him that.
Go move! All clear. Rose?
The hell you doing with my
But yeah,
daughter?
anyway,
Factory secure, sir.
I think the next scene is at the diner and
I
like
said get your hands
Leon
off
shows
her!
up there,
Ethan, no.
or he's like asleep in the corner or some shit. and it's like it's the only scene of like them kind of bonding and getting to know each other. And I actually don't remember what they said. I kind of looked back at some articles and stuff, and she makes a Jill sandwich joke, which I missed. I also missed that Enrico's in the movie somewhere. There's one point where someone mentions Bravo Team,
Hey, Doc.
which I'll talk about later. But I was like, oh man, are we gonna get Rebecca in this movie? No, Rebecca.
No problem. We'll be there.
And there's another
How's the
part
doc?
too where there could have been
She'll see
like
us next week.
a reference that they kind of missed out on.
Hey,
But
no.
anyways,
Think positively,
Um,
right? We talked about this.
I know.
so yeah, and I didn't realize everyone in the
It's
scene,
hard to talk about anything
like who
else.
they were yet.
I keep
But the other
telling you, it's not
people
Rose that I'm
there,
worried
it's
about.
Well, then
it's
what
a
are
scene
you
of
worried
them
about?
hanging out in the diner,
Look,
and
she's
it's
gonna be
Jill,
fine.
Wesker,
I just know it. What else
Leon in the
matters?
corner,
We matter, Ethan.
um,
You matter.
Richard Aiken, the dude that gets
Mia, what are you
killed by
talking
the
about?
rattlesnake,
Is there something
and
you're not telling me?
Vickers,
Come on, talk
Brad
to me.
Vickers. No Barry in this movie.
Damn
He
it.
doesn't exist, I guess,
I have to take this.
which kind of sucks. And they don't mention Bravo Team yet, which I was hyped that they actually did mention him, because I didn't think they would. What is this baby shit? That looks weird, dude. This game is weird. I'm blowing up my cell phone. But yeah, and the thing about Wesker is like,
Jesus.
I don't know, he kind of looks like a meathead. The actor. But in the middle of him interacting with everyone, he's got like a PDA,
What are you talking about?
and he's getting like
Where's Chris
secret
Redfield?
instructions and
And
shit.
Rose?
So you can see like the betrayal of the team coming. But overall, it was a good scene, I thought, just to establish the friendship.
What the hell
And like I said,
happened?
it's mainly supposed to be between like Jill and Wesker. I mean, and the actress playing Jill is cool. She obviously doesn't look like her. But I guess they went with the best actress because there's supposed to be like, or there's one sort of emotional scene that I guess you need a decent actress to pull off, which she did. But I don't know if she screams Jill. But she's been in some stuff. She's cool. Well, oh yeah, and then but the main part about the scene is like they're fucking clowning on Leon, and they reveal like his backstory. He shot some dude in the ass in training camp in the police academy, which, you know, kind of shits all over the character. What the fuck, dude? Can I crouch? It shits all over the character because originally, you know, he was like top of his class or some shit. I remember reading like that on his bio on the 2-pack action figure of Leon and the Liquor. It was like Leon S. Kennedy was top of his class. And like they don't explain And frankly, the games never do either. Explain why this little town. Try to retcon it to where Redcon is a big city, but in the movie, it's a smaller town, or kind of like an abandoned town, the way it feels in the games, in the original games. But they don't explain why this little town needs this special paramilitary group, you know, 2 teams, and why this, like, you know, and they even have this top of the line rookie coming in, you know. But whatever, it's cool. Oh shit. Fucking birds. The birds are in the movie too, and they look like shit. The CGI is bad, unfortunately. I don't think I can do anything about that. The birds. I'm still going one-handed. Fuck this shit, dude. This is Resident Evil. This one should look better than 7 though, because it's not. They didn't have to make it for VR. Found some shit. Whoa, cutscene. But yeah, anyway, you hear about Leon's shitty origin, and it just gets worse from there. The legend. What is this? Can't grab that. Guess not. But anyway, so yeah. Where the fuck do I go? Oh shit. Sex dungeon. This looks like the last game. Oh. Can I open it? Just position. What the fuck? Okay. Nice. Shotgun? Heavy machine gun? No. Ain't shit. Whoa. The fuck? Block me in? Can I push it? Oh, just walk under. Stigmata. Why do you start bleeding?
Who did all this?
Let's see. Yeah, so after that, Claire, leaves the truck driver, and he looks at the dog, and the dog's getting fucked up. And he makes it to Chris's house, and he looks in the mirror, and like, you see this fucked up looking little kid. He's got like no hair, like a little bit of hair. He's like a fucking mongoloid. And he's creepy. And then like she's staring at him, and then behind him the mom comes out and she's got the same shit going on. And like you get like a shot of the town, and it's all fucked up looking. And so anyway, she like kind of breaks into his house, and he comes downstairs, and they have a scene.
Where the hell am I?
He's like mad at her for abandoning him, and you find out like Birkin helped him get through college and shit. Or Umbrella did. He got like a grant. And I actually kind of like that though. It ties Umbrella more into the Redfields. So I appreciated that. It's just the way they go about it. It's just really funny. Like she's looking at pictures of him and Neil McDonough, and he's always got that shit-eating grin. Green. It was great. But yeah. Anyway, it is kind of cool though, cause she breaks into Chris's house. That's like what Jill does in the Resident Evil 3 epilogues. But anyway, I don't think they meant to do that. But yeah, so he's like, why don't you just get out of here? Take some cash. And he says he's going to RPD headquarters, and just kind of just leaves her there. Tells her not to take the bike, but obviously she is. And then there's like kind of a creepy scene where like she's looking around, and the creepy looking mom that you saw earlier is like walking around and shit. And she like busts through a window and comes after her. And it's pretty fucked up. I thought it was cool. Well, we're in the village. How did we even get here? Was there a vampire? There's like no music. Still doing this one-handed. Oh, you can run.
What happened?
I want to say graveyard. Ceremony site. Man, I just want to see some big vampire titties. That's the only reason I have interest in playing this game, is the vampire mummy. the chick that plays her, her they based her likeness. She actually won like best performance award the other night at the Game Awards. She's pretty hot. She's got a pointy nose. She actually is super tall. Oh, got a knife. Alright. Playing and talking about this is going to be kind of hard. Talking about the movie. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. So like Claire shows Chris a video, and it's Ben Bertolucci, which is nice that they brought the character in, but he doesn't look anything like the game. He's a fucking rat-faced knacker. And but he basically lays out that, you know, what Raccoon's been doing there, like poisoning the water and shit.
Friendly.
It's like
Friendly.
mutating everybody.
Who are you?
How did I not die?
Who sent you? Nobody. There was
And,
an accident down on the road and... What's going on?
Oh shit. Give me that gun.
No. They're coming. Who is? What the hell was that? You have a gun? What? Please tell me you have a gun. No, why would I?
This was in like the first trailer
Take it! Take it!
for the game.
Help us out, bro. Hey, are you listening? Hey!
That happens in the movie.
What the? Shit!
Still haven't shot anything.
Dead body? Wait, there's more.
Damn, he died right on top of her. Alright, now I got a pistola.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, yeah. So
What's wrong with this place?
the Ben Bertolucci thing comes into play later on. Oh, what the fuck?
Shit!
It looks pretty cool.
What the fuck was that?
But yeah, then after that, there's the scene. It looks like it takes place in the Star's office. Oh shit. Oh, I'm already dead. God. Wow, he killed me. Oh shit. What the fuck does that do? herb. Oh, I finally killed him.
What the hell?
So you really gotta block. Blocking is actually pretty strong. I'm pretty sure I never used that mechanic in 7. Oh, here's a herb. Combine that ass. Okay. Use that shit. Wasn't there a quick button in 7 to heal? Alright. That's a cool enemy. That's not impressed. Just need some kind of other item. This game has no music. What the fuck? Hey, get out of here. What's up here? This has been compelling gameplay. An enemy. Bolt cutters, nice. Cut that shit. But yeah, it's in that scene with Irons that Wesker gets the PDA message telling him, you know, like where to go in the mansion. I think the next sequence, once they get the mission, there's like this awesome shot, like helicopter shot of them flying over the Arklay Mountains. So it's all these trees like whooshing around, and it's basically the intro to the RE1 remake. And it's really cool. It's just like nobody's talking. It's just them like, you know, being like, oh shit, we're in for a potentially fucked up mission. Or I don't know. They just look cool. And I thought they were gonna find the military police vehicle that had what's his face from Resident Evil 0, Billy Cohen. I thought they were gonna reference him. I thought that was a door. Tomb Raider. I thought there'd be more cutscenes early in the game. Oh shit. swipe him? Whoa. There's something down there.
Surrounded. Damn it.
Surrounded. Can they actually get me? What's going on here? Oh, it came in. Got fucked up. So yeah, I can't really play and talk about the movie. So yeah, let me just blast through this. So they get to the mansion, and they have the whole scene where there's no dogs chasing them to the mansion, so they just kind of casually walk up on it. But it's definitely cool. They do like I think it's like a digital extension on the sets. I didn't mention it. I forgot. There's a scene where the last scene, Irons is like talking shit to Leon. He's like, get on the front desk, and it's cool because you see him sitting in the front desk, and it's the exact layout of, the RPD from the game. And when you see it, it's like, it's kind of cool to be like, oh, I know what's, behind that corner and shit. You feel that way too when you see the foyer of the Spencer mansion. It's like the exact same as the game, so it's cool that they were faithful to the layout. And it looks pretty good. They build like some of the corridors of the mansion. It looks pretty accurate. Like kind of that downstairs area where there's like a save room there. It really takes a lot from the RE1 remake, which is cool. I don't know if flipping the order of the time, like, they could have had the Resident Evil 1 stuff first, like it's supposed to be, instead of putting it, in the middle of the movie. They cut back and forth here, but on the Wikipedia it kind of just lumps everything together about the mansion, and it's basically Chris in there with Richard. Oh yeah, there's a scene earlier. I keep forgetting shit but I also read that like Jill makes a reference to the shark and the snake. finally killed the guy.
Is it over?
She's gotta kill one. Okay, anyway, what I was trying to say about the mansion scenes, it's cool because there's a lot of shots of like Chris like seemingly getting overrun by a shit ton of zombies, but somehow he survives, which is cool because in the games that's how it is. Shit's locked. Said that. Is that a banger? Nice. Take that. Is there an enemy? Gotta be, right? Oh shit. Fucking asshole. Wow, there's a bunch of them.
Damn it.
Dude, this game is fucked up. Trying to talk about the fucking movie. Play this shit on hardcore. Those guys are buff. But anyway, so after that there's like a shot of the semi truck going out of control. Like there's a scene earlier where the truck driver guy is talking to his dog and the dog bites him. He's like, you fucking, what the fuck? You think he's gonna be sympathetic towards the dog, but he really doesn't give a shit. And then, you know, later on you see him going off the rails, crashing in the game. He crashes into a gas station, but in this he like crashes perfectly in front of RPD gates, and then it like blows up, and then he walks out, and Leon's sitting on the front desk, and he's got headphones on. He's listening to a 90s song. Good song. Crush, which is good, but they play that song at work too, which is interesting. And yeah, he doesn't hear it, and then the zombie gets out and he's on fire. It's kind of a cool shot. And then it's about to eat Leon, and Irons shoots it. No Marvin in the movie. I thought he might show up there. Yeah, it's kind of cool because you see the people, like, they close the gate, and then you see zombies like walking up to it. There's also like like timestamps. Like it'll cut to black, and it'll have the time, and it keeps cutting to that. Which I guess that element is kind of true to the games, but the way they pull it off is like, seems a little unnecessary. Reminds me of Clerks. But it's not words, it's just the time. It seems like something should be written there. Anyways, oh yeah, Irons tries to escape the city, and there's a cool like little blockade, and it's a neat scene because it takes place. The camera's like in the car next to him, and you see like shit go down at the border, and like the umbrella soldiers start shooting people, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" He's got to back out of there. And the dude's trying to get in his car, and he's like, "Fuck off, man!" It's a cool scene. Donald Logue pulls that off, and so he has to go back to the RPD, and he ends up in like the lower levels, which they show in the games. It's weird because he's not fat, and there's no creepy interactions with Sherry, and he's not like, they don't show that taxidermy shit. Nothing about the mayor's daughter. So he's not supposed to be like, they kind of turned him face in this movie. But the way he dies, like, it would have had more impact if you knew all the fucked up shit he was into. But I digress. Anyway, yeah, he has to go back, and then in the parking lot area, he's like stalked by dogs, and it's mostly done with sound, which is pretty effective. But then when they actually show a dog, it looks like shit. And then like it's about to kill him, and Claire like saves him, hits him with a fire extinguisher. And like one of the worst lines that everyone talks about is Leon comes down, and he's like pointing his gun at Claire, and he's like, "Drop your gun" or some shit. And she's clearly holding a fucking fire extinguisher. But yeah, that character just fucking sucks. Anyway, oh, there's a scene in the jail cells with Ben, which I guess is similar to Resident Evil 2, the original one. But the way he looks is just crazy. And he has a whole scene with Leon where he's like, "I bet you were inoculated because you're the police, and you." I guess he thinks that Umbrella would want to protect the police or something. There's nothing in the movie about Stars kind of being like a test subject for Nemesis, and there's no Mr. X or anything like that, which sucks. The movie's on a budget. I read it was like 25 million. That's how much it's made so far, which isn't bad. It's been less than a month. But anyway, I don't want to get too far off. I can't even play and talk about this movie because I don't remember. I should have done this sooner. Oh yeah, but they have this scene with Ben, and and he lays out to Leon about the poison water and shit, and he points out the dude, the other prisoner in the cell with them, and he's all fucked up looking. And at some point he takes Leon's gun, and he's like, open the cell. And as he's doing that, as he's trying to open the cell, the fucking zombies coming after him. He doesn't even notice. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, Claire has to come down and save everybody. And then she leaves, and the zombie gets back up, and Leon like empties a whole clip in him to kill it. And she comes down and is like, what the fuck? I don't know, it's stupid. was one of the low points of the movie, I'd say. That character in general. Let's see. The police station becomes overrun. This is what it says on Wikipedia. And Leon, Claire, and Irons escape to an orphanage. I guess it leads to the mansion, I think. And you know, it's like the same orphanage from Resident Evil 2 remake. I thought I got a heals.
Is it over?
And
Hello. If there are any survivors out there, come to Louisa's house near the fields.
Survivors?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, they see Lisa Trevor first, and fucking Leon like has his gun pointed at her, and it's at this point you see that like Lisa has like the face of her mom and shit on her, but she also talks, so you can see the actress. They needed her to emote, I guess. So it's not just like a mask or something. It's like a face with a mask around it. Face mask. But she doesn't like go, mother. And I was waiting for... Anyway, so she's like telling him to shut the fuck up because there's a liquor, and then the liquor attacks, and she actually fights the liquor, which I don't know, it looks stupid. But the way she killed it, like she gets behind it, and Lisa has like these like restraints that she kind of uses to hit you with in the game, and she just like chokes the liquor out with it. I thought the like, you know, spikes were gonna come out of her and shit, like in the game. She doesn't do that freak out yell, like, she's not like a creature. They try to make her like a person, which is weird. And then she gives them keys, and it's the keys to the RPD. I think she uses the club key, but that leads to wherever the fuck the mansion, I guess. I don't want to play this game. I don't want to talk about this movie. I waited too long and I lost my interest. But we're going to power through it. Okay, Lisa recognizes grown-up Claire. Oh yeah, they were like friends, I guess. And she gives them the keys, and they discover a secret lab where Umbrella was experimenting on the Ashford twins. It's basically the scene from Code Veronica, and they don't explain it, but it's funny because it's like the cutscene from the game, but also like Neil McDonald. There's a shot of him like in the back smiling. It feels like a running joke in the movie, actually. But there's no explanation about the Ashfords or why it's important to this story. I think he said he wanted to make a sequel, the director, or if they do, that he wanted to incorporate like Code Veronica's story. So that's cool. I'd actually be down for that. But yeah, it's just in there. And Claire like has her emotional scene where she's like remembers her trauma or whatever, throws shit around. Um, so yeah, then they go back to the mansion and there's a scene where like Vickers gets killed by a zombie, and then like the next shot is like the helicopter coming towards the mansion because Jill and Wesker are like talking, and it like crashes into the mansion, and they kind of wake up like 5 feet from the wreckage, which people pointed out as looking funny. But that feels true to the games. Like there'll be like a big explosion, and then they'll wake up like right in front of the crash, like the beginning of Resident Evil 2, and in Resident Evil 0 after the train crashes, they're always like on like face first in the ground right in front of the crash, which is funny. That's actually felt true. There's a lot of stuff that's true to the games, which I actually appreciated. Some of the goofy shit. But anyway, Jill and Wesker, they have the scene where she finds out he's betraying them or whatever. It's supposed to be emotional. And then Wesker goes off into like a hidden tunnel, and Jill goes to find Chris, help him out. And then that's when they show the scene of Chris like fighting all these zombies and shit. And he has the lighter, and it's like going out on him as one of the zombies is coming towards him. I thought that was cool. Maybe not that part, but just him in the mansion fighting and shit. And like Richard's there, and he dies. He takes his shotgun. But like the corridors and hallways and shit looks like the mansion from part 1, the remake. So yeah, that's cool. So the tunnel that Wesker goes down, it leads to where Birkin is, and there's a scene of Birkin working on a zombie or some shit. And he's got Sherry and his wife, and they don't do the thing like in the games where his wife is a scientist too. She pulls the gun on Claire. they don't do any of that shit. But Wesker shows up and shit goes down, and it's basically the scene where Hunk comes to take the G-virus sample, and so Wesker shoots him, and then the wife, I guess she does pick up again, huh? The wife does, but fucking Wesker shoots her in the head, and then he looks for the kid, and the kid has the gun pulled on him, and it's weird because it almost looks like he's about to shoot the little kid, but then Jill shoots him, in the back. And like, they kind of just make Wesker save face. Like as he's dying, he has his death scene, and he's like, "Oh, I wasn't gonna shoot you, kid." They try and hammer home that he wasn't a creep, I guess, and that the reason he helped or was betraying the team was because he was tired of living in a small town or whatever. He had big dreams. I don't know, whatever. I mean, I guess they gave him a reason at least. But yeah, they just kind of leave him there to die. Supposedly he die. Not really though. But I mean, it's not as nearly as cool as Resident Evil 1, where he lets out the tyrant and then it goes crazy. He's like premature, and it fucking hits him and backhands him. No, there's nothing cool like that with him. But anyway, a long ass movie. See, before dying, Wesker tells him to escape via the train. So yeah, they get on the train, like in RE2. Oh yeah, Bergen injects himself. And then it becomes the scene in the remake. I mean, in the original too, but it's really based off the remake of Part 2, where it's like he's kind of in that transformed mode. His first transformation. He's got the big eyeball shit, but he can actually talk. He has like a scene with Chris. He calls him like a Boy Scout or some stupid. I don't know. But you know, he chases him a little bit, and then Claire comes and save him. She has some stupid. She's like stay away from my brother or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah. So anyway, they get on the train, and so in the game, it's like a big, like, blob type of monster that attaches itself to the back of the train. And in the game, it's just like a bunch of teeth. But in this one, it's like the second form, where he's kind of on all fours in the second game. But I mean, obviously, we're talking about Resident Evil 2 here. I keep saying that, the second one. But yeah, it's like a CG creature, and it looks like shit. It looks like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. In the Sonya Molina fight, there's like a bad CG creature, and it kind of looks like that. You know, it's got like the white face, and you know, it's on all fours. It was just fucking stupid. And then like they're shooting it or whatever, and then Leon comes out with a rocket launcher and he shoots it. And it's like he's shooting a fucking missile right right next to everybody. But it's fine. He's like, I found it in first class. Stupid line. This movie could have used a script polish or two. But yeah, that's basically the movie. And they walk out of the tunnel, like in the game, but it's, you know, it's more of them. It's not just Leon, Claire, and Sherry. And then like you get the title screen that says Resident Evil. And that's basically the movie. And then there's a mid-credit scene where not a lot of people I've seen make this connection, but it's like in Resident Evil 1 on GameCube, the remake, there's like a weird cutscene that plays if you just let it rock, and it's like a body bag, and it like sits up, and then it gets shot, and it's kind of like brown. The scene, it's got like, you know, Resident Evil 1 remake has like a brown tint to it, I think, in some parts. But anyway, it's kind of that scene, and you see like a body bag moving around, and it's Wesker, and it's a weird scene. He's like just panting and whatever, and he like curls up in a corner, and fucking Ada Wong comes out, and I don't know, tells him some bullshit, and he's like, "Oh, I can't see," and she like gives him his sunglasses, This is a fucking lame as shit. I just rolled my eyes. I was like, whatever, dude. But I mean, overall, I had fun. I think I left early one day to go see it. And, you know, I had a good time. It's definitely faithful in parts that, you know, got me turned up. But, but ultimately, some of the choices were just really baffling. Like, what they fucking did to Leon. But, yeah.